Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I promised you before Christmas that I would come back when my 2026 virtual card making retreat box came. So, of course, we had a blizzard the week before Christmas, so it actually got delayed. So it was sitting somewhere for a little while the snow stopped blowing and all of those fun things. So, of course, it arrived, I think, like Christmas Eve. So I threw it into my studio and I literally have not even opened the box. You can see it's still sealed here, top and bottom. So we're going to open it today. So if you have any questions about virtual card retreat, I can try and answer them. This is the first inaugural, I guess you could call it, card retreat from Stampin' Up. So I do know some answers, some stuff I can find out if I don't know the answer. So if you guys have questions, let me know. Okay, so we are going to literally open the box. So I'm going to add my desk in here so you guys can see. Okay, and let's turn on maybe another light. So it does come in a fun little Stampin' Up box with the wonky polka dots on the side. So I do know that some people got theirs before Christmas. Like I said, mine did arrive the day before, like I think Christmas Eve. So like I said, I was still like running around doing stuff. So I threw it in my office. And then today I thought, oh, well, this is kind of like that fun in-between week. Why don't we open it up? So bubble wrap, always fun. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out and move the box out of the way because, and then I'm going to actually put it back in my box for later. So, ooh, this is exciting. Okay, so I'm going to actually first tell you a couple of details. So, virtual card retreat, like I said, this is the first one. It will happen live January 22nd and 23rd, 2026 from 2 to 9 p.m. Mountain Time. You do not need to watch live. So even you guys have seen me like unbox and show you album retreat before. And I have a tendency to do some live if I can, and then some I come back and I do on the replay just because of the time difference and all of those things. So don't feel like you have to do it live with them. You can always come back to it. Lots of times if you kind of get lost or stuck, don't forget, you can also pause the video, whether it's live or you're watching it after. So during the 2-day virtual event, you'll create 15 cards, all taught by Stampin' Up staff. They have not actually announced, I don't think, who all the teachers are. There'll be like a multitude of teachers. It's not just taught by like one person, kind of thing. And by purchasing the kit, that gets you into the event. So the actual number, is this actually correct? Let me look at my box. Of course, I dropped it on the ground. Okay. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So the actual product number, if you're looking for it, is 170023. And I'm assuming they're all like prepackaged in that box so that they actually come out quite quickly. Okay, so that's the details about the live event. Then this is a look at the 15 cards. And like lots of times, it's the same as anything, right? When you see a photograph, everything is so much better when you actually do it and put it together yourself in the end. So it's going to be technique heavy. You get some fun exclusive product. I will actually walk you through the products here in a second. But these, you can see the photos if you want to look a little bit closer on the product. So they've actually done some super interesting things with this. But let's just look at our pretty little card. So this is actually like the QR code to take you to the Facebook group. So it all does take place, those 2 days take place within a Facebook group. And then the videos will be uploaded to live there forever. So it says, hello, we're excited that you're joining us for our 2-day virtual card retreat starting January 26th, 22nd, 2026 in North America and Europe, and the 23rd in the South Pacific. It's all happening in the exclusive online Facebook group. You can see there's this pretty little piece of faux ripped paper. So there's a little special note for everybody. And then, okay, we've got some piles here. So, see, that's the problem with not actually opening it up before. You can't put them like in a pretty little order. But here we go. So this is the 2026 virtual card making retreat exclusive stamp set. Super pretty. Gotta love a little distressing in your life, right? Some pretty floral images, really usable, of course, sentiments. That's what you're looking for, especially considering it is a card retreat, right? So happy birthday, thanks, love you, congrats, hello, friend, so much. A little striped detail, some single florals, and then some solids. These must be for like coloring in the images. And then this is, so that one is exclusive. And then these are like an advanced, so they're advanced products that will be coming, I don't know when. But it's called Forever Florals Die and Stamp Set. Really pretty script, right? You're on my mind, always and forever, thinking of you and in my heart. And then there's dies that match, right? Let's open this up. So there is a pretty like card size die, and then a detailed one. And then there's like individual florals, a leaf. These must cut out the like stamped images. There's some like dies for sentiment spots. So fun. So like I said, if you like advanced, this is an early release kind of. So then there's the Moody Palette Glossy Dots, which are literally a mouthful, but they're super pretty. So I think this is Secret Sea, Old Olive, Cloud Cover, and then like white. I don't know that they call it white because we don't really call anything white. Then there are envelopes here. So I'm assuming there are 15 envelopes. I do believe almost every single card you decorate the coordinating envelope. So, which is just kind of really like that nice little extra touch, right? So I'm assuming, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 14. That seems, oh, here, look. There's one under here. 15 envelopes. Some flip-flaps because they're going to do a flip-flap interactive card, which is super fun. There's a package of basic white cardstock. Then I think this is the fun stuff here. So I'm actually not going to open my die. Well, I'll slice it open. Yeah. I'll slice it open. So, and this is white. So it is not going to look very exciting. But they're pre-die cut images. I was just going to see how much is in here. The single sheet. I'm not going to pull them apart, but there are 2 sheets of pre-cut die cuts, right? So you can see on one of the cards, if you look at the images, this is like the card front. There's banners, there's dots. There's obviously ones where we're going to stamp the floral. Okay, and then, okay, so we did the basic white. This is super interesting to me. So if you have participated in album retreat, right, it comes pre-cut. But like in years past, you've had to do like other stuff too. So this to me is super interesting. So this is the paper that we're going to be creating the cards with, okay? So they are all marked on the back with which card they go to. So when you go to do the prep, it's going to be so easy, right? Because you're just cutting on the actual dashed lines, and then you could put them in a pile. So for example, when I prep for, well, album retreat, because I've never done a card one, but I always put my layouts in piles, right, by the layout number. And then I put them in order. Not necessarily do they always teach in the same order that, like not numerically, right? They don't always teach 1 through 15. They kind of go so that there's like one harder card and then an easier card and then medium card kind of thing. So I thought that was super interesting idea. So they're all one-sided, right? Because the back side is actually got the numbers of the projects on it. So there's this pretty floral, and then there's this fun black and white floral image, which I think we're going to do lots of techniques on. Then there's a really pretty like pink graph paper, right? Same thing. You can see the cut lines, right? So you'll cut along here. This is card number 3. This is card number 12. This is card number 10. Okay. Then this is like cloud cover, same thing. And even the little diagonal cut is marked on there. I like this piece. Then there's like an old olive dot. I'm assuming that's lemon lime twist in the background. Then there's like a crumb cake floral, right? Same thing. All the numbers are on the back as to where to cut. Then this is also super interesting to me. So this is the two-tone cardstock colors, but it's like a heavier paper weight. But so I'm assuming this is true and this is light side, right? So it's like getting both levels of color from the cardstock, but on a single sheet. So same thing, you can see right here, 7 and 14. And then these are all for 9 and 14. So I'm assuming Daffodil Delight. I want to say Poppy Parade. Petal Pink. Petunia Pop. We're going to see how well this goes for me. I'm going to say this is Bubble Bath. Secret Sea. Cloud Cover. Bold Olive. Lemon Lime Twist, I'm going to say. And then Crumb Cake. How fun is that? I love this. So it is, I don't know the weight. I'm trying to decide if it is actually, let me just grab. Well, maybe I should grab one that we're actually looking at here. Okay, so oh, maybe it is about the same. So this is Poppy Parade, which I would say that is. Maybe not. Maybe Calypso Coral? See, now I'm totally doubting myself, but I think I did pretty good. So let's see, Calypso Coral. Oh, maybe it is Calypso Coral. and not Puppy Parade. Okay. Yeah, that's closer. Now I just have to not get my sheets all mixed up. But so it is maybe a little bit lighter. And then there's the light side. So pretty darn close. So super fun. And you can tell, even though you're going to have to like do some prep, right? It's like not going to take very long at all. So typically, like I said, when I get ready, so like I have not even joined the Facebook group. Obviously, as I said, I just opened this up with you. But when you do go to join the Facebook group, they typically do ask you for your order number. So make sure you have that handy. Right? So just keep track of it when you place your order for handy reference. And then, yeah, this is so fun. Okay, petal pink, Calypso coral, we decided. This could be Darling Duckling. Okay, and then our pattern papers. It does appear like you will have extra, which, what are we going to do with the extra? We'll have to do something. But I'm not going to promise anything until I actually know that there is actually extra. So, there we go. That's fun. And so if you guys have any questions, like I said, feel free to ask. And if I don't know, I will try and find out the answer. Okay, so our flip-flops, our envelopes, our Moody palette glossy dots, the advanced stamp set, the die cut, and then this is the exclusive stamp set. I'll pull it out. Excuse me, sorry. Just so you can actually see like the real size. So I love this. The happy birthday is nice for a card front. All these elements I think could also be used on a scrapbooking page, right? For sure, the little distressed element, this floral image is a nice size. And then, like I said, they have the standalone flowers too, which would make it great to kind of tuck into places. And obviously the distressed one is perfect also for scrapbooking. Okay, so that is kind of the album retreat in a nutshell. And then I also did just want to mention that starting on January the 6th, we're going to have Stampin' Up! Has announced bonus days. So you earn when you shop. So it says shop early, a $6 coupon for every $60 you spend from January the 6th to February the 2nd. There's no limit on how many coupons you can get. Make sure you use a valid email address because that's also where your coupons are going. So you save your coupons and then you redeem them in February. So it's kind of like one of those fun bounce back things. So I did just want to mention this because I'm not sure whether I will be back on before January the 6th. So today is like the 31st. So who knows? You guys might see me back here before then. But I did want to mention it because it starts on the 6th and runs till the 2nd of February. So that is fun also. So, and as I said, sorry that I got so delayed with my box, but that's what happens when there's a snowstorm and then we get hit with Christmas, right? So I hope you guys all have an awesome day. And don't worry, I will take you along during the month of January when we get closer to virtual card retreat on. Maybe I'll show you a few like behind the scenes of how I actually prep, like get my table ready, pull out all my ink pads because we'll have a list of the ink pads that we need. And then, like I said, I kind of put mine all together so that all my supplies are together for, in this case, each card. Normally, obviously, I would be doing a scrapbook page because I'm used to the album retreat. So I'm super excited to play with this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. If you guys have any questions, feel free, add them into the comments below, and I'll come back and answer them as soon as possible. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.